Good evening and welcome to another exciting edition of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament here on SpeedGaming 3. We have a Group D matchup between TheClassicOne88 and Sharky2107. Hi everyone, I'm LOZ Cards Fan 23 calling all the exciting action here. Classic188 2-2 right now. If he wins these two games tonight, go to 4-2 and will advance into the bracket stages automatically. So Sharky2107 would like to try to play spoiler and take a win off of Classic One. Of course, we've got the Group 2 flags. End card game is active. Hammers do not break locks. They only break the boulders. So, people in chat, make your prediction. What is the first world going to be tonight in game number 1? So everybody makes their predictions. We are starting with world number 3 and 2 force panels. Oh no, 7-6, no power-ups. Both of these runners are gonna have to play through it. No choice. At least the enemy set so far. Well, I say that and we see nippers. Ooh, Classic One, though, falls all the way down. I bet a lot of these runners are probably not used to playing 7-6 because they usually see it later in the race. They try to do a clip through the wall so they skip the entirety of this level. But again, being that this is our first level of game number 1, they have no power-ups to work with, and they have no choice but to play it out. Sharky, meanwhile, wrong one. He has to use the one that's shaped like a light bulb, or I think it's an exclamation point, but dang, it looks like a light bulb, doesn't it? I think Sharky was looking for the power-up. Ooh, Sharky got up just in the nick of time. Classic One is the first one to escape. 7-6. Sharky not all that far behind. All right, let's see what panel number 1 has in store, and it is a little bit of a breather. See, we go from 7-6 to the 7-6 beta, the waterfall or Niagara Falls, little breather after having to complete 7-6. What are the odds of that? 7-6 followed up with the 7-6 beta and those same set of exit pipes. My word. That's one of the 9 beta levels used in the Mario 3 Randomizer. Let's see what fort we have in store for our runners first, and it will be the Air Force, one of the 4 Bowser military stages of the game. 3 of them act as fortresses, 1 of them does not. That would be the army or tanks. Instead, you have a hammer brother of some sort that you have to take out, and you get an item for your troubles. And yes, talking about the auto-scrollers here, most of the auto-scrollers that you see in the vanilla game have been turned off. There are 3 exceptions, though. Number 1, the Coin Heavens. Number 2, the diagonal auto-scroller of 5-9. And number 3, everybody's favorite auto-scroller and beta level, Atlantis. Sharky, though, in some trouble here at the Air Force. Lost his power-up and has to now be careful of the rocky wrenches, shortening the jumps, and uh-oh, trouble for Classic One, but does take down the Fire Bros. Very well done, and picks up a star. All right, and another beta level. This time we have the 6-2 beta, the Iceberg. Sharky being very careful here, does not want to get sent all the way back to start. Couple more jumps left to go. 1 more jump left. All right, needs to take down this Boom Boom here. There's 1, 2, 3. Got him. Classic is going to go for the fireworks here, the 5 extra lives. It's early enough. You just never know what levels are going to be coming into play here. So Classic One now has 9 extra lives to his credit. And our fort is 4F1. If there's not a third fort, then that means 4F1 and 4F2 did not pair up, and unfortunately Sharky not so lucky against the Fire Bros. Classic One though struggling. Oh, just short of the jump there did Sharky. And those Fire Bros can be awfully nasty. Finally the Fire Bros let him go and he can play this panel 4. Let's see if he decides to go after the extra lives. Considering he only has 2 left, might not be a bad idea. All right, we do have the end card game. There are no other forts, so 4F1 and 4F2 are not paired up here in game number 1. 4F2, the donut fort, will be somewhere else if we do see it. So if there was a lock at Wendy's, it has been broken. Sharky is done with the iceberg and does go for the fanfare as well. Again, good choice. Only 2 extra lives left. If you take a game over, lose all of your lives, all of the panels you completed on the level up to that point get reset. You got to do them all over again. Any forts that you've completed stay beaten, though. Sharky this time is able to take down the Fire Bros and gets his star. Now Classic One heading for the pipe, which I would imagine is going to lead him to the airship, which it does. Oh, and the hot foot taking down Sharky, and we have, oh, the World 7 airship. This is going to be a nasty Wendy fight, potentially. Classic not even going to bother with the power-ups here. He's just going for P-Wing strats, but a little bit hesitant on the jumps. I mean, it's a long way down if you miss those jumps. Sharky taking the basement, gets a star to take down the hot foot and the Boo Diddley, and here comes Wendy. Did she have her? Oh, she's got Earthquake, but only a one-hitter. Oh, the side salad. Oh, that could have been a nasty, nasty fight. Instead, Classic One can breathe a sigh of relief as it's just a side salad for Wendy. Sharky, meanwhile, taking down the Boom Boom here in 4F1. And make your predictions, ladies and gentlemen. What is the next level going to be? Sharky finds the match on the 20 coin. That is all, though. And ends up being a frog suit, that 20 coin. Sharky going to use a star rather than that frog suit. Probably a good idea, considering it was Sledgehammer Bros. And in return, gets a star. Use a star, get a star. And we do have the Pipe Maze World 7, starting with level 3-3. Sharky will go into the Mushroom House to pick up an additional power-up, and it ends up being a Fire Flower. Good choice. Sharky's going to take this pipe, but unfortunately, it's not going to take him to where he wants it to be taken. We see at least one fort with one lock, but there is a second fort with another lock. Ooh, a 3-fort World 7, and we do have to break a lock. We got to play 3-fort Monty here. Classic One found the pipe with a view, and uh-oh, we've got 6-6, the evil level. The level that nobody likes to play in the randomizer. If you don't have a fire suit, this level can be a nightmare. And really can be a nightmare if you see a lot of nanny bloopers and fire piranhas and all that. Well, there's the nanny bloopers right there. All right, now Sharky in 1-3 opted to go for the hidden item, which you normally find a warp whistle, and gets a Tanuki suit for his efforts. Oh, gets picked off by the rocket. Cheap. Classic in some trouble here. Looks like we have one fire piranha. Oh, and one pesky cheap. Classic does get by. So it looks like the enemy set definitely could have been worse. But you still got to watch out. There might be one more enemy, and it's a Patooey. The best kind of Patooey, folks. The one that's just saying, you know what? I'm out of here. Oh, Sharky with the frog suit is going to use the cylinder here to get up there. He wants to keep that frog suit. Wants the frog soup ending here. We got the Underwater Fort 3F2 now on Classic's side. Sharky trying to do his best to keep that frog suit intact. Almost fell off. Oh, that was almost disaster right there for Sharky. Needs to make a couple more jumps now. Remember that Wendy was only a one-hitter, so if he could just get the one stomp and not get hit by the candy cane rings, there it is. True ending for World 1 for Sharky. Frog Soup is on the house. Classic to the cards now for the first time, but he's not even going to bother playing it because it just ends up being in his way. Sharky will play it. Some runners will opt not to play the end card game because they do feel confident with the inventory that they do get from the letters from Princess Toadstool and, of course, the items from the Hammer Brothers. Tonight, I dine on frog soup. And 3F2 was the solution. So Classic One on the first attempt finds the fortress that breaks the lock, and he's going to be on his way out. Sharky going to play that same 3-2. We're on a stage where we have no stars, or rather no music boxes, so Classic One going to do the next best thing. Use a star to quickly get through this level, no problem at all. Let's see what power-up he gets as a bonus. It's a hammer. Very nice. We still have World 6. We still have World 2. They could come in handy there. And our next airship is the World 1 airship. Remember that hammers do not break locks. They only break boulders. It's going to be an interesting fight. Oh, the high jump of Ludwig. And another one-hitter. Bowser is not feeding his kids. Sharky finding 7F2, the Piranha Ford. Good luck trying to complete it with a frog suit. And ends up losing it, probably for the better. If he can find a tail or fire flower, that would be to his benefit. But it's a star. Star is fine. He can plow through a little bit of this. Bad news for Sharky, though, is this is going to end up being the wrong fort. That's what makes the pipe maze a difficult level. Tunnel of Love is what you want to see. You want to see one of each, because if you see two piranhas, but especially two of the fire piranhas like that, that's when it gets really, really nasty. So 6F2 is our fort here. The ice fort and Classic going to be doing the fly underneath strats, the risky strats, and not even going to bother picking up the star here. Sharky trying to get through the SMB3 jump here. All right, Classic One with arguably the toughest boom boom fight of the game. No problem at all. Sharky, meanwhile, losing all this power up, so he's going to have to do the boom boom fight small. All right, here we go. There's 1, 2, and 3. Very good. Good 7F2 there for Sharky, as Classic One finds one of the 3 hand stages. That is the coin and Potobos level. The easiest one, arguably, but bad news for Sharky. He sees that fort doesn't break the lock, and we've got fire flowers, and Fort Knox goes together with 7F2. Unfortunately for Sharky, this again is going to be the wrong answer. It looks like he's going to take the 100-coin fine. So the World 7 forts did pair up, and just the one fort in World 5, as you saw on that panel number 10. Classic, though, in trouble against this fire bro, but does take him down. Gets a P-Wing. Sharky equipping that. Tanuki doesn't have to activate the P-switch, but he showed you where exactly it was in case you've... Oh! Sharky overshoots his mark too far left, and ooh, we got 8-1 now for Classic One. Another nasty level in the randomizer. Oh! And Classic One takes a dive. And it is a forced level that we've got to play, so unless you've got a Jugum Cloud, we have not seen any Jugum Clouds, and fantastic choice. Classic One knew... I didn't know about this P-switch. No, seriously, I did not know about that P-switch right there. So there is a pipe, and Classic One is going to take it. Let's see if he shows us what's under the block. Oh, come on, Classic. Just because you didn't want to show us, you know, you didn't have to take down, but we were curious on what it was going to be, because normally in the vanilla game, it's 3 extra lives. But of course, it could be anything in those blocks. Could be a mushroom, could be a fire flower, could be a leaf, could be a tanuki, could be a hammer suit, could be a frog suit, could be anything. I don't know about a star though. Wow, 8-1 followed up by 8-2 back-to-back panels. Yikes. We do have a cheap as well. As Sharky does get through the first piranha level. Well, this is not free. That cheap's going to be coming back. Got it. Very good. Classic One gets through 8-2. And just bad luck for Sharky. He's ended up having to play all 3 forts here in World 7. And more nastiness. Talk about a trio. 8-1, 8-2, 7-5. Talk about a nasty trio of levels. At least it looks like we get a break. There's no boss bass, no cheap, no angry sun it doesn't look like, and not the nipper enemies either. So this could have been a lot worse. It's still a nasty level, don't get me wrong. But with this enemy set, it could have been a lot worse. Meanwhile, Sharky sees the horrible news about 6-6. One of the worst levels in the game, especially in the randomizer. Classic trying to get this clip here in 7-5. Nope. Sharky gonna try to get this power, but ends up being a star. So that's what helped out Classic One in 6-6. This star to get through a few of the nasty enemies here. Sharky, though, overshoots the mark as the star's gonna wear off. He's gonna have to watch out for that. Oh, picked off by the fire piranha. Yeah, I hate to see it. Classic One gonna have to build the bridges. He's now small. 6-6, we call it the evil level because, well, the numbers fit, and 2, it really is evil. All right, Classic One just about wrapping up 7-5 here. And there it is. All right, Sharky, I would imagine, gonna go after the star again. Let's see what happens this time. Oh, he goes too high. All right, on his way into the airship, the World 6 airship against Roy. Flat arena. Sharky just gonna stay directly underneath that fire piranha. Despawn the cheap. Not out of the woods yet because of those Paragoombas. Oh. Just been brutal for Sharky here. Now I'm gonna use the fire suit. Probably a good idea. Was trying to brute force it small. You definitely want to have a fire suit, and you want to keep it as well. There that goes. We'll get a leaf though. Roy, meanwhile, classic. Oh, the high jump. Roy is our boy here. Oh my word. A lot of nasties here in this randomizer. Classic One gonna have to try the Roy fight again. Has the fire suit, so may go for the roasted kill here. Sharky just gonna try to wait this out. Good move. Unfortunately, this time he has to deal with the cheap and is able to dodge it. Classic, there's 1. Trying to get the fire kill, 2. Gets the fire kill. Very well done by Classic One. Sharky just about ready to wrap up 6-6. And he's home free. All right, despite the troubles, Sharky perseveres through 6-6, but Classic One has a very big lead on Sharky right now going into the 4th world. So we've got 3, 5, and 7 are crossed off. 1 is going to be next, will be my prediction. What do you think it's going to be, chat? And it is 1. So 2 forts, and we do have to build a bridge. And our first level is 2-2, which is the first level in the game that has a white mushroom house that gives you the anchor. Now in the vanilla game, the anchor stops the airship from moving around for a few turns. Now, in the randomizer, if we see an anchor, it acts as a wild card. It could be any item except two. It cannot be a warp whistle, obviously. It also cannot be a hammer. So whenever you see an anchor, whatever it turns out to be is what it will be for the entire seed. This fort is the World 8 fort. I'd say there's a pretty good chance this is going to build our bridge. Because with this kind of layout, you got to believe that the second fort, in all likelihood, is going to be the World 1 fort. But we'll see. Sharky made a couple matches, got a P-Wing and a star. All right, let's see if Classic can get the one cycle here in the World 8 fort. Good moves here, and he gets it. Very nicely done there by Classic. Sharky sees now that the lock finally taken care of as we now have 1-5. Yeah, he stopped himself, but too late. Yeah, you never want to do that move that you do in vanilla where you do the slide down with those beetles there, because the enemy set can be anything, and usually it's not a pleasant enemy set. And kind of as I expected, it did build our bridge as we now have the 5-6 beta. After all this time, I finally came to the conclusion this is the 5-6 beta. Why? Because of the enemy that's used in exactly one level in the game, the parabeetles. And sometimes you will see green parabeetles show up in that beta level. So with that, came to the conclusion it's the 5-6 beta. And Sharky, a good move again, going for the fanfare here, the 5 extra lives and the fireworks, because he was down to just 2 of them. You do not want to take a game over here. All right, next tuck for Classic One is 3-5. Sharky just has to get through one more Piranha level. Should be pretty trivial at this point. Taking it nice and easy, very good. Gets through it with the tail intact. Classic One gets through 3-5 without a problem. And Sharky will be on his way to the airship. Again, it was a one-hit wonder, was Ludwig von Koopa. One-hit wonder. Good idea by Classic One to use the star. You had the double hammer bros, and there's our first Jugum Cloud of the seed. All right, and we do have the World 2 airship. Sharky, though, having problems with Luddy. There it is. Classic with the wall jump! Over the mast here in the World 2 airship. Whoa! Very nicely done there by Classic, getting the wall jump on the mast. There's 3. Ooh, Larry bulked up here. 4. Oh, he got the full gym membership, a 5-hitter. And that will do it for Classic One. He is through the 4th world. We've got all of the even worlds left. What is going to be next, chat? All right. Next up, World 5 for Sharky. And it's 6F2. Again, the only fort of World 5 in this seed. Also, we do get an item from Bowser's Letter, unlike the vanilla game. But if you want to know what it is, you gotta check your inventory. A fire flower from the princess. And we've got World 4. We must build the bridge. How many forts are there? 1. As indicated by the panel 7, we must play it. So we gotta get through a few levels first in order to get that bridge built. Sharky now in the boom boom fight. There's another hammer for Classic. With World 2 and World 6 still left to go, they're still going to be quite valuable in those areas, as we now have 1-4. All right, Sharky now on the coin and Podobo hand bridge stage. 1-4, of course, the first level in the entire game that has a white mushroom house. Now, to get a white mushroom house, I never explained this, you have to collect a certain number of coins at the very minimum, and if you do that in a level, you will spawn a white mushroom house. In the odd levels, you get a P-Wing. In the even levels, you get an anchor. There is no white mushroom house in World 8. Classic in a little bit of trouble, though. The Hammer Brothers party mix has struck, but does manage to get by, and that'll be another fire flower. Oh, Sharky gets stun locked. Was trying to get the brick break on the Sledgehammer Bro, but unfortunately the Sledgehammer Bro would have none of it. Now he's gonna get all the stun locks in the world. This is gonna be a very, very annoying fight for Sharky. Does get one. He should be able to get the other. Oh, he's missing though. There it is. TheClassicOne just got through 3-1 and a star pickup for Sharky. All right, what is the fort going to be this time? 6F3, the carpet fort. Can be a tricky fort if you don't have any power-ups, but TheClassicOne should have no problem with the carpet fort. Unfortunately, he's short of that jump and is not going to get the fire kill. Another swag jump out of the door there. Unfortunately, we've got the crazy hot foot that can go in any direction at any time, and Sharky has had enough of those fire bros, I'm sure. And Sharky's going to see a lot of bad news. Now, he's got a P-Wing. He's got 2 P-Wings. He's going to see A1. Will he take the intentional? He's going to try to play it. And TheClassicOne, another end card game is going to be in his way, and I'm sure we're going to see him intentionally whiff. Yep. And the third and final handbridge stage. It's very rare that you get to see all 3 in the same seed, but there you go, folks, all 3 of them. So that'll be another fire flower for TheClassicOne. This one is the cheap variety. A few coins at the end, I believe 8. And another fire suit for TheClassicOne. Sharky doing a good job. No! Oh, I thought he was going to get 8-1 on the first try. Will this prompt him to use a P-Wing? Yeah, it will, and I certainly don't fault him for that. I'd have done the same thing. Man, Sharky almost got through it small on the first attempt, but just barely short of that music note jump. Yikes. You really hate to see it, folks. Meanwhile, we've got the World 5 airship for Classic. Iggy with the crazy hitbox will await Classic. Who does have Earthquake? 2's not enough. 3 it is. Down goes Iggy, and Classic will be moving on to the next world. It's either going to be 2 or 6. And Sharky going to take the quick sand of shame, and considering what we've got down there, I don't fault him, but there's just one problem. That Cheap's just going to keep on following him. He's going to take the pipe on the left. Good choice. It should get him a power, but of course it could be a star, and it could be a 1-up. It's a mushroom, so that's good news there for Sharky. But by taking the pipe, he will despawn the Cheap. Should make the finish considerably easier. And we do have at least 2 forts here in World 6. World 2 will be last. Oh, Sharky overshoots the music box. No! Oh, man, Sharky just a lot of close but no cigars here. Back to the cards now for Sharky. Finds the one for the 1-up, but no other matches. And the boom boom goes down. Looked like it was one of the Bowser military stages. Didn't catch which one it was, though, but TheClassicOne has it taken down. All right, Sharky gonna try again here. And going for the fire strats. I love it. And then he just gets a face full of cheap anyways. I like to see a tail behind this block. That would really help out Sharky. 4-1, by the way, for TheClassicOne. And gets underneath the giant one, and we do have a leaf. That's great. Now Sharky can go for the flying strats. Provided he doesn't get picked off by the piranhas. He doesn't. There you go. All right, Sharky gets through 8-2 this time. So that was the Navy stage that we saw on Classic's side. Do we have super tanks? Nope. World 1 fort here in World 6. So whenever you see World 1 fort, you know that there's going to be an item up top, which Classic One's going to get. Which also means it's not required to beat the Boom Boom to break a lock. So we get a little too late for that game. We could have used that back in World 7. But that is our first music box. Plenty of hammers for Classic. He's going to use one here. First, got to take down these boomerang bros. Sharky now in 7-5. Does get a star, use a star, get a star yet again. All right, plenty of hammers. We'll take the pipe and we'll see where it takes him. Could be a troll pipe. And it is a troll pipe, unfortunately, for Classic. But with all the hammers he had, I mean, it was worth a shot. He's got more than enough to finish this up. That takes him to the end, but is there a lock or bridge? Oh! We have the stage that we like to call Jackpot, and if you're on Team Boss Bass, you just got yourself a point, and Classic One is he's gonna play it again. He wants to test out Boss Bass a second time. He could have went for panel 10. Will he go for the bonus item? No, he's just gonna go for the speed strats here. Uh-oh. He's like, take that, Boss Bass. Oh, and Sharky, the Fire Bros get him again. He's gonna have to use a star now. Let's take a look. Classic is good to go. So that second fort not required. As I had mentioned, because it ended up being World 1. So it was the Navy that ended up being our gatekeeper if there was one. We do have the World 3 airship. Fire suit ready to go. Flat surface to take on Lemmy. Should be an easy kill. Didn't matter. It was a one-hitter anyways. The shrimp. All right, so World 2 coming up next. All right, here's Roy. I won't get the fire kill like Classic did, so we're going to find out exactly how strong he was. Holy moon jumps, Batman! 3 is not enough. 4 hitter. We have at least 2 forts here in World 2. You see the rare red fort. And we got panel 1, which is 3-6. Did Sharky get the animation skip? Pretty close. He got it. Well done for Sharky. Classic losing his fire suit, though, to the fire snake. Gets underneath the fire chomp. Another fire snake trying to take away his power, but does get by. Couple jumps, and he'll be through 3-6. There you go. World 1 up next for Sharky. It would take a World 8 for the ages for Sharky to catch up here. Right now, Classic One appears to be in the catbird seat. Taking a look at the map, we got to build, or we got to break a lock, and maybe it's super tanks. But if it's not super tanks, then he's going to have to go back and play that other fort. I'm thinking World 2 fort, if it has to be played. Sharky in some trouble here in 2-2. Couple of nanny bloopers being bullies, and now we're gonna see a whole lot of lag, and now I'm pile driver just to make matters worse. Sharky is in the clear. Very nice. Unfortunately for Classic One, the red fort is the wrong answer. He'll have to play the other fort, and it's gonna be, well, what do you know, it is the World 2 fort, French Vanilla. Sharky, meanwhile, on the World 8 fort. So that other fort next to World 8 fort ended up not being World 1 fort because that was in World 6. Just goes to show you never know what's going to happen in the randomizer. The Spike Fort class is just going to go for the damage boost strats to get through this part quickly. Sharky in a little bit of trouble here in World 8 fort. And shorts the jump. Not even a star is going to save you from that boiling hot lava. Classic uses his hammer to break that boulder. Gonna use the Jugum to skip panel 2 and use a fire suit for our final airship of the seed, the World 4 airship and the saltiest scoop in town, Morton. All right, here we go. Trying for the fire kill, getting a lot of bounciness from Morton here too. It was at least a 4-hitter, so he definitely was on the high sodium intake there because there was a little bit of a delay before he got the kill. Shark, unfortunately, taking the wrong path here. All right, you know what it's time for. People in chat, make that prediction. How many bridges is it going to take to build the path to Bowser's Castle? I'm going to say a single bridge. Not going to be free. All right, and the map, no locks, but who? 2 of the 3 are in play, and we're going to start with 3F1 door 6. Classic was trying to do door 3 strats there, but unfortunately missed. It's pretty much a frame perfect trick, but it does save some time. It would have been a swag, another swag point to his belt, but he'll take the traditional door 6 this time. There we go. Now Sharky taking the right door. All right, so one of them is the army, and one of them is the correct one. Well, that was the correct one. Classic one was correct. The panel on the right, the tank on the right, ended up being the fort. The tank on the left would have been the one that would have represented the army level, which would not be required. So Classic one guessed right. We got 6F1, the escalator fort, looking for a fire flower or star, gets a fire flower. And Sharky takes down the Boom Boom in World 8 fort. And that will build his bridge. And that will give him an end card game. Fire kill of the Boom Boom for Classic. Down he goes. All right. Still no locks. Of course, the locks could have been broken by completing those forts. One bridge it is. So we still have to find the right level as Sharky runs into the fire snake here. And it looks like we see the Air Force panel. But to get there, we got to beat 5-4. Oh, we got a late boss pass joining the party at the end here, but Classic One blazes it down and is done with 5-4. All right. And it's 5F2. So either that will break the lock, which if it does is bad news for Classic, or it's going to build the bridge and he'll have a free path to victory. Sharky getting low on lives again. We're in 3-5. Gets the fire kill and 1,000 points to his credit. Classic One. Does this build the bridge or does it break the lock? It builds the bridge. Classic One has guessed correctly and will be on his way to Bowser's Castle. There are no Hammer Brothers suits. He's going to have to go for the fire kill. 35 fireballs will be needed, and Sharky gets the very important 5 extra lives. Nice clip for Classic. All right, gets his every person's clip with the 1-up. Will he get the mac and cheese? He does! Mac and cheese for Classic One. That is how you play the World 8 fort. Now all he needs to do is get the 35 fireballs on Bowser. As Sharky gets his Jugum Cloud off of the Hammer Bro level. Oh, he may get scammed here. He doesn't. And down goes Bowser. Get your GGs out for Classic One. That is how you play Bowser's Castle right there. That was textbook. Very well done. Great performance by Classic One. The official race time GG score for Classic One indicates he finished in 38 minutes and 51 seconds. Sharky taking down Larry Koopa. We'll be moving on to the fifth world. Sharky, unfortunately, the problems really began with World 7, where Classic One made the correct prediction, and unfortunately, Sharky had to play through all three forts, including Fort Knox and the Piranha Fort. That's just a combination that guarantees you make the wrong choice, it's going to be almost impossible for you to come back, and that's unfortunately what happened to Sharky here in this one. But Sharky's going to try to finish this one out. Gets through the Hammer Bros here. And will pick up his hammer. Now, World 4 does have a place where you can use the hammer. You see where that brown mushroom house is? You can use the hammer to break that boulder, and in the vanilla game, you're going to get a Tanuki suited. Oh, no! Sharky taking a lava bath in the hand stage. All right, so Sharky gonna equip his mushroom and see if he can do better this time. Watch out for those cheaps going for the P-speed strats. That's how you do it. And picks up his fire flower. Alright, Sharky now going to play the Boomerang Bros stage. Well, look out. Gets through it. He should be fine. He's looking for a power-up, which you could see in those bricks. It's all RNG, but nope, it's a music box. Sharky sees he's going to have to play this out, starting with 1-4. Ooh, whoa! Sharky getting up close and personal with that fire chop, gets into the pipe just in time. All right, panel number 5 is up next for Sharky, which again was the final one. This is the Hammer Brothers Party Mix. Holy smokes! What a move on that sledgehammer, bro, for Sharky. Wow. Unbelievable. How did he take it down without taking the fine? That was immaculate, folks. All right, Sharky gets his final fire suit from the hand bridge levels and is going to go ahead and play the end card game now. Try to complete the board. There's the fire flower. There's a match on the mushroom. And he does complete the board. Well done for Sharky. All right, and 3-1 will be guarding Sharky's path to that fort. All right, just has to get through one more nasty, and there he is. Sharky gets through 3-1. Couple of mushrooms here. If you get 3 mushrooms, that is a 2-up. 3 flowers is a 3-up, and of course 3 stars is a 5-up. 3 non-matching symbols is a 1-up. All right, Sharky gets the star here in the carpet fort. Uses it very efficiently, but now here comes trouble, and that trouble is that hot foot. Ooh, it's coming toward him. It's coming toward him. It's going away from him. All right, Sharky getting a break there. All right, here's the boom boom fight. Ooh. 2, 3. I'm using the platform there. You don't see many runners do that. Well done for Sharky. So that'll build his bridge. Sharky thought about playing the Hambros. He's like, no, go ahead and play it out. And this is the World 5 airship. Iggy was a 3-hitter with an earthquake. All right, Sharky getting through the trap there. It's probably be rather difficult in vanilla with the auto scrollers turned on because you'd probably get hit by one of those cannonballs. But now we got Iggy. Oh, and he's stun locked. And there was nothing he could do. Once you get stun locked, that's pretty much it. And it's a long, 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 long way back. Well, instead, he gets blasted by that fire bro, losing his fire suit. He's going to try to time this. Does so successfully. And will get his star. Plus, he'll get an extra life right before that level ended. And with that victory, Classic finds himself 1 win away to punch his ticket into the bracket stages. There's some nice moves there from Sharky. May go for the fire kill. Again, that's going to be tough with the earthquake. You don't want to get stun locked. Just like that, now he's in trouble again. And he gets stun locked twice, and again, the same result. Once you get stun locked, you're pretty much finished. Let's see if the third time will be the charm here for Sharky. All right, there's the second. There is the third. Very good. Will he get it? Oh, he misses. Was too high, and the wand goes right through him. All right, starting with the Navy here for Sharky. Again, you saw the 2 locks there, and there's just the 2 forts, because there is a panel 10 toward the end of this level. So there are no locks or bridges guarding the end right there. It's just a matter of getting to that pipe. All right, Sharky now going to go through 4-1. So you did have to go through the World 1 fort in order to get to the pipe that takes you to the end. Unless, of course, you have a Jugum Cloud. All right, Sharky is through 4-1. And will not go for the triple mushroom. I thought he might have went for it, but no. Our Sharky will play the fort. Again, it is the World 1 fort. And there is that music box, which again would have been nice in World 7, but is what it is. Sharky is going to take the pipe, and it is going to be the correct pipe. But now which panel? He's going to pick that same panel 7, 3-7 jackpot. Sees Boss Bass using the shell to take down Boss Bass, but losing his tail to that Goomba. Couldn't get the P-speed. And it's the shells 2, Boss Bass nada. But here he comes again. And Sharky not even going to bother with the coin heaven here. He's going to try to continue to tease Boss Bass here, but here's some problems. That problem is that Paragoomba, and whoa! Enough iframes to get by. What in the world was that? Holy smokes. Sharky gets through 3-7. All of that lag there with all of those mini Paragoombas there. My word. There's no way Sharky should have survived that, but he did. You'll love to see it. Nice jump there for Sharky. Ooh, and just made it. I thought he was going to get burned there, but does manage to land into safety here. Gonna get an easy fire kill, you would think. Yep, there you go. All right, World 2 will be up next for Sharky. Now, he's going to skip this fort, but unfortunately, just like Classic One, it's going to end up being the incorrect move. So, played through 3-6, but he's going to see the bad news that a lock must be busted if he wants to progress here. Sharky in a little bit of trouble here, but oh, too late. And the spinning log sends him into the chasm. Oh no, he's going to use the Jugum Cloud, and it's going to end up being a waste for Sharky. I get the play there, but he's going to see the bad news. He's going to probably play the red fort, I would imagine, and it's not going to break the lock. Because of that, we are going to see the level that Classic One ended up skipping out on. Imagine it being Atlantis. Hopefully for Sharky's sake, it's not, but I'm sure there's some people here in the studio audience that wants to see Atlantis on that panel guarding the castle. Sharky sees, yep, I used that Jugum Cloud for nothing, unfortunately. You really do hate to see it. So he's going to have to play 3-6 again. Nice shot there by Sharky to take down the Fire Chomp. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, there you go. All right, Sharky through 3-6. And he will have to play this fort, which ended up being with the World 2 fort. Again, it was French vanilla. Shouldn't be too much of a challenge for Sharky. Of course, all those hot foots tell you otherwise. All right, gets through the Thwomp Gauntlet, is going to wait it out. Ooh, jumps over it. Oh, shorts that jump, loses his fire suit, won't get the fire kill on Boom Boom. All right, gonna have to do the traditional way. One more hit to go, and down it goes. That will bust the lock, and he'll be on his way out. But again, he's gonna have to play panel 2, which Classic ended up skipping on his plan. As the end card game shows up, Sharky will have to go through it. It's a new board. And it might be the same board. Yeah, he remembers where the 1-up was. You remember where the fire flowers were? Nope. And Sharky's gonna have to play it through another fire bro. Oh, shorts the jump, but does take him down. We'll get his fire flower. All right, panel number 2, what is it? It's 1-1 with an Angry Sun, so shouldn't be too much problem for Sharky. I mean, the Angry Sun is going to pose a little bit of a threat. With the star, though, that'll help. Ooh, but now Sharky's small again. Time to make a mad dash, Sharky. There you go, and gets more fireworks. I believe that's our 4th fireworks show from Sharky here. Now, heel's good, man. It's funny that you mentioned GDQ. Back in 2019, I was one of the 2 commentators for the Zelda randomizer match between Fred Coughlin and Jam Eveler, along with JSR. So I actually have had some experience with doing games done quick. But that's another story for another time here. So we've got the World 4 airship here for Sharky. All right, here comes the Morton fire. Remember, it was at least a 4-hitter before Classic ended up getting the fire kill. So we'll see if he ended up having the maximum sodium. No. It was still a high sodium diet for Morton Koopa, and Sharky will be on his way into World 8 at the 57-minute mark. And if you're just joining us, World 8 did have 1 bridge, and the gatekeeper was 5F2. We'll see how Sharky decides to play this out. He's going to go for the one on the left, and that's going to end up being the Oasis 2-4. And will he take the intentional? Yep. He knows it's not required. And he is going to play 3F1. Again, we know that this is not the gatekeeper. Of course, that doesn't necessarily mean it's required. Oh, he went for the door 3 strats, couldn't get it either. It doesn't necessarily mean it was not required. It's possible that a lock was guarding the progress to get through the end of this level. And it's much easier to play this game from the commentator's booth than it is from the runner's perspective. I mean, there's a decent chance that at least one of these forts was guarding our progress. Sharky looking for a fire flower. Instead, he's going to get a 1-up. All right, so another traditional boom boom kill coming up for Sharky 2 and number 3. We'll see if he is going to play the super tank. So pretty much following the footsteps of Classic One, save for the first tank stage that Classic One never saw. So we do have the escalator fort for Sharky, 6F1. Yep, that's correct. These two will be playing a second race. It'll be a different seed, but the flag set will be the same. Sharky does find a star. He is probably hoping for another one, but all he's going to get is the one. And he'll check the other block in the hopes of another star, but as we saw earlier on Classic side, just a fire flower. But we'll be able to get a fire kill on Boom Boom. All right, so again, Sharky pretty much following the footsteps of Classic play-by-play up to this point. But now, what is he going to do here? There's still a fort left. Sharky is going to take the pipe, which I think is going to take him to Bowser's castle. Yep, and he sees one bridge needs to be built. He needs to find 5F2. He's found it. He sees it. He's going to play it. And it's going to be the right decision. Sharky just has to get through 5-4 first. Having a tail. Whoa! Spinning logs did not send him to his doom that time. Having a tail will definitely come in handy. If you have it at the start, you can fly up. And there is a couple of platforms you can go to for some safety. You got to watch out for Boss Bass, too. Oh! The double knockout on the shell takes down Boss Bass, but at the same time loses his fire suit. But nevertheless, 5-4 is done for Sharky. Sharky taking 5F2 nice and easy here. The Sky Fort, or the Lava Fort, some people like to call it. There's a clip that you could try to do at the beginning of the game that's known, or not the beginning of the game, but the beginning of the level that is known as the Jesus clip. But you only get one chance. If you get it, it's swag as heck. But if you miss it, you take a lava bath. Sharky discovers that that was the correct one and did manage to get a Hammer Bro suit. I didn't see where Sharky got it, but he did get a Hammer Bro suit. It might have been inside a chest, but I did not see it. So let's see if Sharky can get the Hammer Bro kill. Take 5 hammers. Nice shot to take down the Hotfoot. All right. He's waiting for his... Whoa, that was close. That was almost too early. Does get the clip, the every runner's clip. Let's see if he goes for the clip or if he goes for the door. He's gonna try for the clip. I commend him for trying here, because it can be tough. I know I certainly couldn't do it. And Sharky's going to give up after about 5 attempts. Oh, the laser to start things off. But here comes the trouble. These fireballs can appear in any pattern. Some are impossible to dodge. So far, not too bad. Oh, jumps a little too high and loses his Hammer Bro suit. I'll tell you what, that was a really good pattern, all things considered. Just very unlucky there for Sharky. So he'll have to do it the traditional way. A lot of people try to avoid the doors because the fireball patterns, you might have that laser beam at the end. Just very unlucky there for Sharky. All right, a couple more ground pounds should do it. And down goes Bowser. Get your GGs out for Sharky. A commendable performance here in game number 1, but it all started with that World 7 where it just did not take the correct path, and Classic One pretty much was able to cruise on to victory. The official race time GG score indicates Sharky's time was 64 minutes and 19 seconds. All right, but game number 2 is going to be coming up between Classic188 and Sharky2107. If Classic One wins this game, goes to 4-2 in Group D, and will punch a ticket into the bracket stages of the tournament. We'll see what happens on the other side of the break. Don't go away. All right, folks, welcome back to game number 2 of the Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer tournament here on SpeedGaming 3. We do apologize for the delay here, but apparently yours truly was the one who needed to roll the seed for these 2 contestants. So this is actually the first time in the 6 years that I've done commentary for any randomizer event that I have rolled a seed for our contestants. So what you're about to see here between these 2 runners here is my doing. That's right. My doing. So people in chat, predict what the first world is going to be in this race here. It's going to be the exact same flag set as before. End card game in play. Hammers do not break locks. Everybody's hoping for that reverse world order. Wouldn't that be something if I was the one that rolled the seed that had the reverse world order? One can only hope. One can only hope. Oh, we are starting with World 1, a vanilla start, and 2 forts here, starting with 4F1. They are both going to be required unless we find a Jugum Cloud that'll enable us to skip the second one. So with 4F1 here, there's a good chance that the other fort is going to be 4F2. But Sharky running into the dry bones here. That is not the start that he wanted. So by logic, this fort is going to break the bottom lock as opposed to the one that's on the right. Boom Boom is down on Classic, and Sharky in some trouble here trying to take the top path, and that is why sometimes taking top path is not a good idea, as he gets a face full of Boo Diddley here. Panel number 3 is 5-1. Oh, that wasn't even the top path. That was just the path to get to the pipes. Holy Moses. Classic one with the fire suit here. Shouldn't have too much problem here with 5-1, and Sharky does get a power-up. The mushroom, Classic losing his fire suit, but does get through 5-1. Sharky should have no trouble finishing off the rest of 4F1 here. Do we have Donut Fort? We do not. It's 6F1, the Escalator Fort. So once again, the two World 4 forts don't pair up. So right now, Sharky a full level behind Classic one because of that early death. Classic, of course, going to be looking for that star behind this block. Does he get it? Nope, it's a leaf. All right, Boom Boom is down for Classic one here in 6F1. Sharky completing 5-1. All right, now the Hammer Bros stage. We got to deal with underwater. It's just Boomerang Bros, though, so no problem for Classic. And gets a star. Sharky just going to take the escalator here, as we do have the World 4 airship. Almost got a little bit too close to those flame jets there. Ended up being another tail. Ooh, gonna do the damage boost. I bet he's looking for a fire suit potentially here. Speaking of fire suits, Sharky has one, but he is not going to get his star, as Larry didn't bulk up this time. One hit quitter. Moving on to the second world. You know what? I know a lot of people were hoping for the reverse world order. Let's go in perfect world order. Give me World 2 next. People in chat, what is going to be next? And there's that plumber license expiring again. We saw that in game number 1, too. Is it 2? No, it's 7. Well, rip the dream. Now, looks like we do have to play this forward. Oh, no, a required 7F2, and Classic one falls into the lava. Now, does he have a Jugum Cloud? No, that was unfortunately unintentional. So a bad break there for Classic. He's going to have to play this small. Does find a mushroom behind that block, though. All right, Sharky does manage to get by Larry. Again, just the one hitter. And again, the Tunnel of Love has the combination, which is exactly what you want to see. You want to see 1 and 1. All right, here comes the SMB2J jump you see on 8-4. No problem for Classic. Now I'm going to take the boost. And 3 hits is what we need on Boom Boom. 2 and 3. And there is the Jugum Cloud. Now Sharky's going to see that same 7F2. That breaks the lock here on the left. Now, there are 2 forts. So there are no locks or bridges guarding the path to the promised land. But not 7F1 either. Boy, I definitely rolled an interesting seed. Our World 4 forts don't pair up. Our World 7 forts don't pair up. That's a weird seed, to say the least. This is instead Super Tanks, one of the 4 military branches of the Bowser fleet, as it were. Sharky gets through the Tunnel of Love, no problem. Lost his suit, though. But we'll get it back right there. As Boom Boom goes down for Classic here. In Super Tank, Sharky just going to coax that Boo Diddley. Good idea. But we are looking for the area that's going to take us to the Promised Land. Classic runs into the end card game. Is he going to skip like last time? I would imagine he will. Yep. No end card game for Classic. Every second counts to him. And nice fire kill of Boom Boom for Sharky. Nicely played 7F2. 3-pipe Monty for Classic now in the bottom left. And that's it. That takes him to the promised land, but we got to play 2 levels starting with 2-5. That star gets away from Classic, so he's going to have to be careful. Whoop. That was close. Sharky now in Super Tanks. Classic using that shell as a little bit of a shield here, and not a oh, but he misses the panel. Oh, no. Overshoots his target, and he's going to have to play the level again. Oh, he's going to skip it. He's going to skip it. And we have the iceberg. So the 6-2 beta, as Sharky's now at the cards, 20 and a 10. No match, the board goes back. Ooh, Classic in a little bit of trouble. He could have lost out on that Jugum. Sharky now playing 1-6. All right, no music boxes, so we're going to have to play this Piranha stage. And we did have Boss Pass, but Classic One wants no part of a meal here and gets a mushroom. Is this even randomized? All right, we have the World 1 airship, and Sharky taking a different path. This is the world that really hurt him in game number 1, and it's looking like the same thing might happen in game number 2. Unless that pipe takes him to the promised land, this is a problem. Oh, a one-hit quitter. So just like in game number 1, the first 2 Koopalings, only a one-hitter. And we get a star for our efforts this time. Sharky probably was hoping for a music box, but is what it is. Well, will this take him to the promised land? Nope, just takes him to another set of pipes. But luckily for Sharky, that was another way to get to the promised land. So Sharky catching a break there, but oh, gets chomped up by the chain chomp as we have World 3 up next. All right, it's going to be 1735. Oh, that was a troll pipe. I'm already loving it. Here's the donut fort, 4F2. We didn't even see this in game number 1. Oh, but look at that. Classic using the last of that star to take down the Boo Diddley, because you don't want to activate that P switch, because trying to get that jump is very, very difficult. And Boom Boom goes down on Classic side. Sharky going into the Toad House here and picks up a Hammer Bros suit. Very nice. But there's a little bit of a problem here. Sharky down to 1 life, because he is struggling with 2-5. Here's 5-6 now with the Parabeetles. Sharky gonna take this nice and easy here. He's gonna do the same thing that Classic did, use that as a shield. It breaks as the pile driver breaks. Oh no! Sharky in real trouble now. He's down to his last life. He's gotta do something here. As we have the airship, and there goes Sharky. Game over. Wow. You hate to see it, folks. Man, this has just not been Sharky's day, folks. I mean, 2-5, I mean 2-5 is not that difficult of a stage. It's just I think he got a little bit. Now he's going to have to play panel 1 over again as well. So that's just going to further extend the lead for Classic, who gets by the Air Force. All right, so both forts are down, but is there a third fort, I wonder, here in this World 3? All right, Classic One finds the way out. The lock is broken if there was one. We do have the World 7 airship. Well, this is not going to be a fun Wendy fight. Of course, last time she was a one-hitter. Hopefully I blessed Wendy with the 5 hits, the earthquake, all the Baconators in the world. That's what I'm hoping for. Sharky back into 2-5. We'll see if he can get through it this time. Oh, again with the side salad. That is 3 Koopalings in a row that were one-hit quitters. I'm already disappointed in myself. Side salad Wendy again. All right. Is it possible I rolled a seed where we have 7 Koopalings that were all one-hitters? Probably not, but wouldn't that be something? We're 3 for 3. All right, there's a Fire Flower from the Princess as we have World 6 up next. And 2 forts, starting with the World 2 fort, the Spike Fort. Sharky now here in 6F2 Beta, the Iceberg. Gets by it no problem. Sharky's still going to have to get through the Piranha level. Use the star. Good idea. As long as he plows through it quickly and doesn't get bonked, it should be pretty trivial. There you go. And Boom Boom goes down for Classic One here in the World 2 fort as Sharky gets his mushroom. Let's see what the next fort is going to be for Classic One. Going to use the mushroom, and we've got the Navy. Yes, you can sail the 7 seas and put your mind at ease. So once again, we're getting through all of the military stages early in the first half. I'd like to see the army, though. And there goes the one-hit wonder in Ludwig von Koopa. Sharky will be moving on to the 3rd world, which again ended up being World 3. Here's another beta level, the 5-6 beta. There's our Parabeetles, both colors, and plenty of them. All right, not a problem there for Classic. 5-6 beta is done. Now let's see if Sharky decides to show us what we get from Bowser. Probably not with that tail intact, as now we've got the Donut Fort. When 8-1 makes an appearance again. All right, so now we're starting to see a little bit of the nastiness here. Maybe it's one of those situations. It's not how a seed starts, it's how it finishes. Yeah, so far this seed's been tame. Let's be honest. Maybe the back half of the seed will be nasty. All right, 1, 2, and 3. Down goes Boom Boom for Sharky. Not going to use one of his power-ups. Actually, he did use a star, and he's going to get another star to go with it. Because why not? I'm actually surprised that wasn't a star. Disappointing. Ends up being a mushroom for Classic. Sharky gets the match on the 20. Gets a match on the mushroom. Didn't find the 1-up, though. There's the 1-up. And there's a star, so 4 matches. There's 5 with the flower. But not a 6, but pretty good haul there for Sharky. Got a hammer, a P-Wing, a Hammer Bros suit. A lot of goodies there that Sharky got there in the end card game. That's Classic One is not going to get, because he doesn't play the end card game. World 8 fort time now for Classic. Let's see if we can get the 1 cycle here. Sharky now trying to navigate the Parabeetles here in 5-6. Tough jump there, but gets through. Oh! That was a little bit crazy. And Classic, oh! Sharky shorts the jump and falls to his doom. Classic did get the 1 cycle there and takes care of Boom Boom here in the World 8 fort. See if Sharky decides he's going to juke him that level. But what is he going to use now? A leaf. And good choice because we do have the Air Force. Oh, and now we're starting to see the nasties here. 7-5. Do we have a Boss Bass? Do we have an Angry Sun? Do we have a Cheep Cheep? Do we have Patooies? Do we have any of those? That's the big question. See, now this is what a Jugum Cloud could have really come in handy. That Classic doesn't have. Of course, Sharky just used his too. Looks like another team enemy set here in 7-5 this time around. So again, nasty level, but could have been even nastier. One more jump left for Sharky. There he is. Should be fine. Classic trying to get this clip here. Nope. Boom, boom goes down. One more. There it is. Sharky takes him down, no problem. Classic, though, struggling with the clip here in 7-5. And finally decides to bail out on it. All right, Sharky gets his star from the Hammer Bro level. I think TheClassicOne's going to try to go for the clip down here. All right, so it was just the 2 forts. We saw that panel 9. Yeah, Classic going for this clip. Gets it! Very nice. 7-5 over with for Classic. It's just a matter of trying to find the pipe here for Sharky. There you go. Panel number 8 up next, and we've got 5-8, a deceptively difficult level. But having a star to start will definitely... Oh! But Classic shorts the jump, falls to his doom, and he'll have to try it again. And he's only got 3 power-ups. Make that 2 as he uses that mushroom. And this time, not even going to bother with the star. Nice shot to snipe! Wow! What a performance there by TheClassicOne there. That's about as good of a 5-8 as you will see. Sharky now on the World 7 airship. All right, it's a freebie. And we've now got the World 5 airship. Come on, Lemmy. Be a shrimp. Be a one-hitter again. Let's make it 4 out of 4. What do you say? Of course, Classic going for the fire kill here. Gets it! So we're not going to know right now. Will Sharky get the skip? No. Didn't quite get it. But Classic roasts down Lemmy. Sharky takes down Wendy. So Classic right now a full world ahead of Sharky at this juncture. All right, World 5 up next here, and we must play this fort because it will build our bridge. And it's Fort Knox. Here's 7F1. And good choice there for Classic using that Tanuki. Wait, what is it? He's like, wait a minute, I don't have to take the 100 coin fine. I equipped a Tanuki. What am I doing? Man, that was a close call there for Classic. Nice use of the Tanuki to finish off Boom Boom there for Classic. So that'll build our bridge. Panel number 5 up next. Uh-oh. See? Now things are starting to get a little bit more evil as we've got 6-6. And unless you have a Jugum Cloud, this level's required. Now TheClassicOne going to try to take advantage of using that Tanuki here. A couple of... Wow, look at all of the big Berthas here. Oh, but Classic losing his Tanuki. Sharky now in the Navy. Now, what do we have here? Well, we got a Piranha. The fire... Oh, we got a couple of fire Piranhas. The other one is despawned. All right, so that could have been worse. Of course, how bad is it because of that third final pipe that got despawned? All right, Classic One gets through. And there's our friend Boss Bass waiting for us at the end. Sharky taking down Boom Boom. Well, that's going to be Paradox Pipe. And that's the only fort of the game, as you see by that panel 10. And we've got 6-8. Where's Boss Bass? Hey, where's Boss Bass? Disappointing. No Boss Bass in 6-8. All right, it is my first seed after all. I mean, I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. The Classic in some trouble, though. He's trying to get that power up, and it's a mushroom. Sharky trying to complete the cards here, but can't do it. So now he's in the 5-6 beta, and Classic wants no fireworks. Watch out, Sharky. There's a couple of fire snakes at the end. Yeah, you kind of saw that coming, unfortunately. Now, he might play panel 3. Nah, there's Atlantis. See, now the evil stuff is starting to come through, folks. And it's required unless you have a Jugum. Does he have a Jugum? He doesn't. He's going to hope for a Jugum, though. Nice double play on the boomerang, bro. But he gets a P-Wing instead. That is not going to help him in Atlantis. So as I mentioned, folks, it's not how a seed starts, it's how it finishes. And right now, this back half getting evil. We've seen 7-5, we've seen 6-6, now we see Atlantis. Things are starting to rebound for the better. All right, Sharky sees that he is probably in the clear, but now he sees the evilness in 7-5. It looks like he's going to play it out because I think he spent his Jugum. And I don't think there was another one. Oh, the nasties! The blooper and the nanny blooper, and now Classic is small. Oh, that's a nasty little section right there. Now, the only thing we need is 5-9, because, you know, we've seen 8-1, maybe 7-8. We've already seen 7F2. Of course, there's a star, so now he's got to get through the rest of this without any power-ups. But just has to get through a tiny cheap. No problem there. The Classic One is through Atlantis. And it's just Boomerang Bros. Nothing nasty. All right, so our airship coming up. We'll see if Roy bulked up, and Classic not even going to use the fire suit, so we are actually going to find out if Roy ends up being a one-hitter as well. Because we didn't find out about Lemmy because Classic got the fire kill. But we're not going to get a fire kill on Roy. That's for sure. I might be saving it for Bowser's Castle. Not a bad idea, Roy. Not a one-hitter. 2. Not a two-hitter. 3. Nope. 4. Roy is our boy, the maximum strength 5-hitter. Sharky gets through 7-5. So maybe the last 2 Koopalings bulked up and they're all 5-hitters. All right, we're down to 2 worlds here, 2 and 4. Couple of Hammer Bro suits left for Sharky. Not going to use it. He's got 5-8 to deal with now. Yeah, this had the star. Might be able to get this power up here. Oh. He's going to try to time it. Unfortunately, he gets a fistful of shoes. A boot to the head. That's what he got, a boot to the head. Panel 7 means there's only 1 fort. Oh, gonna use the frog suit here. Oh! Boss Bass gets a meal in 5-2. I don't believe it. Now the evilness is starting to come into play here. So if you're on Team Boss Bass, score another point. Woo! And this time Classic was ready. He's using the fire suit. Wow. You want to talk about a snipe job? That was it. That was like a fly ball landing into the center fielder's glove right there. Now that is what I call evil. Sharky gets through it and doesn't get the fireworks. I'm a little surprised here because he only had one extra life left, but he's going to try it. Hopefully he does not take a unfortunate game over here. He's got to get through Lemmy. Now he doesn't have a fire suit, so he's not going to get the fire kill. Oh, and lands into the flame jets. This is starting to get problematic. Classic getting a P-Wing. And Sharky again not wanting to use his hammer bro suits as we have 5F2 that will build our bridge. All right, Classic does, or Sharky, I beg your pardon, does get his power up. Well, now we're going to see exactly how bulky Lemmy was. Oh, misses completely. And it wasn't a one-hitter. Wasn't a two-hitter. Wasn't a three-hitter. It was at least a four. Oh, these circus balls. Oh, it was a five-hitter. Oh, the jumbo shrimp, the maximum workout, and Sharky down to his last life. Will he use his Hammer Bro suit now that he knows it's a five-hitter? He is not. He wants another power-up. He does not want to use his Hammer Bro suit. I think I would use one at this point. All right, Iggy time for Classic. Oh, try to get the fire kill. No dice. That's two. Three. No. Four. Four it is. Iggy, a four-hitter. All right, so we went 1-1-1, 5-5-4. Give me a 4 for Morton. It ended up being a mushroom. So that's something at least for Sharky. So he can get something here. It's a fire suit, and he's going to need it. He is going to need it. Can he get the fire kill? With this arena, he should be able to. Got it. Nice job, Sharky. Getting the fire suit that he needed. We get a frog suit from the princess, and we have 2 Fort Monty. World 1 fort. So this is not going to break the lock by a logic. The red fort is going to break our lock. And no way to get up there anyways. Classic tried to get the clip one time, didn't get it. Yeah, question in chat, the spade game still gives extra lives. Yep, that is correct. It still does, but you very rarely see runners play it out. So we have Fort Knox now for Sharky as Boom Boom goes down for Classic in the World 1 fort. And Classic needs the frog suit. What a time to use the frog suit. It's 3F2, a perfect power up for this level. He's just gonna speed right on by. Unfortunately, he loses it at the end. Come on, Classy. You gotta navigate that part better than that. I know, right? No World 8 fort there. There's not going to be a World 8 fort. There's not going to be a World 3F2. No World 2 fort. No super tanks. Are we going to see all World 6 forts, I wonder? No, wait, we've already seen 6F1. Never mind. 6F2, 6F3, 5F1, 3F1. Yeah, so 6F2, 6F3, 5F1, 3F1. Those are going to be the 4. If we see all 4, that is. Now Sharky sees the bad news in 6-6. Here's 1-4 now for Classic. And Sharky getting hit by Big Bertha here. They have the trio of Big Berthas, and he's going to... Oh, that despawned that Cheap that we saw Classic get picked off by earlier. Sharky does get his fire suit back. It doesn't get hit by the mini blooper there as we finish up with the World 6 airship. Yeah, this is where having that fire suit's going to come in handy. Taking out the fire piranhas. There you go. Sharky should be home free, but got to watch out for Boss Bass at the end. Lost his fire suit, but should be fine. Watch out for Boss Bass. Oh, man, Sharky teasing it. All right, not the low sodium diet. Yes, it is the low sodium diet. 2-hitter. So no 3-hit Koopalings. Interesting. No 3-hit Koopalings that entire seed. Down goes the low sodium Morton. So people in chat, make your prediction. How many bridges is it going to take to build the path to Bowser's castle as Sharky gets his Jugum Cloud? Which is going to come in handy when he sees Atlantis. Zero bridges. That's my guess. No locks there. Look at this. The same layout as last time. All right, that's 1 for 1. 5F1. Almost the same layout as last seed in terms of the level tiles. Because you have the army, super tanks, and the navy icons on screen. Just like in game number 1. All right, Sharky gonna have to get through the 5-hit Roy. Let's see if he can get the true ending here. 2, 3. Oh, no. Lost it. Oh, my God. Holy smokes. Oh, dear. Oh, Sharky getting high jumped on. 4. Oh, he overshoots. 5. Wow. How did Sharky not die there? That was crazy. Went after the high jump one more time and Sharky evades it somehow. I don't believe that. Classic getting through 4-4. Alrighty, my goodness. So the army ended up being 4-4. What do we have for Navy? 6F2. All right, that's 2. We're 2 for 2 now. And Sharky's now in World 4. Still has no lives left, by the way. He was able to skip Atlantis. And now is at the coin ship where he will grab as many coins as he can get his hands on because he has no lives left. And you certainly don't blame him. He can get a couple. There you go. As Boom Boom goes down for Classic here in the Ice Fort 6 F2. All right. Stocking up a few lives there in the coin ship. Let's take a look. All right, so 4 bridges, unfortunately, is out. There's your lock. All right. Oh, what's going to happen with Sharky here? Whoop, there it is again. Sharky falls for the same trap that Classic One did, and having a star here is no bueno. And Sharky going to go for the star. Good idea. So there you go. 2 meals for Boss Bass here. So if anything, I did roll a nasty 5-2. Whoa. Sharky. Ooh, gets by. Classic One trying to wrap up the pyramid level here. Ooh, boy, those Paragoombas. The Fire Bro waiting at the end. Classic One gets by. Just a couple of enemies left to go. Sharky gets through 5-2. All right, now trying to find the pipe that'll take him to Bowser's castle. Is this the one? No, but he does see the Air Force and sees another lock. So 3 bridges is out. So right now, there it is, 1 bridge. Classic finds the way out, and he's on his way to 2-0 today. So those 2 forts at start ended up being our gatekeepers. There you go. All right, Sharky did use one of his Hammer Bro suits. His Classic with the P-Wing. Didn't have a fire suit, didn't have a Hammer Bro suit. Not even gonna check. I thought he might have checked to see if maybe there was a fire suit, but he's gonna use the P-Wing to navigate his way through this mess. And talk about a mess indeed. And the clip! Oh, that's why he used the P-Wing. Look at this. Look at him show off. We get to see him try it twice. There's a laser. More fireballs. Yeah, Classic One just showing off now. Laser at the end? Nope. So no lasers on either one. Now, yeah, he's just showing off, folks. Look at what he's doing. Now he's going to use the P-Wing to fly to the left so that the fireballs don't shoot at him. Look at this. Or wait, does it not work that way? It must not work that way. I thought it did. Wow. In any event, that's swag points right there all over the place for Classic. Unfortunately, Sharky lost his Hammer Bro suit. Now he's getting high jumped on, and the wand finishes him off. One more ground pound for Classic One, and that is going to be 4-2 for him. And there it is. Get your GGs out for Classic. He goes to 4-2 in Group D and has punched his ticket into the bracket stages of the tournament. We have an official race time GG score of 37 minutes and 15 seconds for the Classic One. We'll see if we can get him in here for an interview. Sharky, meanwhile, down to his last life yet again. That seems to have been a problem that he has had a few times in this seed. All right, here we go. Needs to get 5, or 4, I beg your pardon. There's 3. One more will do it. There it is. Sharky takes down Iggy. Will he get the skip? Nope. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have Classic One here in the commentator's booth with us. GG, congratulations. 2-0 today, puts you at 4-2 in Group D, and punches you a ticket into the bracket stages. How you feeling?
Is this thing exceptionally on?
Yep, it's exceptionally on, Classic.
Okay, before I say how I feel, I have something to say about that first seed. That first seed is the equivalent to talking to your ex-girlfriend 10 years later. It's never a good thing to do.
Yeah, that first seed definitely had some nasty stuff to it. Well, the second seed, I'm going to tell you, Classic One, was the very first seed I've ever rolled in any randomizer and all the commentary that I've done. And I've been doing commentary for about 6 years now. It's not how a seed starts, it's how it finishes. You know, we started off, we had 3 one-hit Koopalings, and then we got to the nasty stuff in the middle. We got your 7-5, we got your 6-6, we got your Atlantis, and unfortunately you did not have a Jugum Cloud to skip. But Sharky did manage to find one in World 5, so he was not able, did not need to play it. But yeah, the seed was something else. I'm still disappointed that Wendy was just a one-hit quitter, but what are you going to do about that? Let's go over the second seed with us, Classic.
You need to roll seeds more often because I actually got to have fun and fool around, so thank you very much.
Well, you're quite welcome. Well, we'll see if I get to roll a second seed anytime soon. Yeah, we had no one rolling seeds here, and the people were telling me, hey, LOZ, you want to roll a seed here? I'm like, okay, I'll roll a seed.
That second one was great. That first one, even though I did feel like I smashed through it, like a brick wall was in my way and I didn't want anything of it, but yeah, pretty nasty even for somebody decent.
All right, no Jugum Clouds left, so Sharky's going to play it out again. It is the World 1 fort. I'll be curious to what the other 2 forts were in World A, because I was kind of doing a punch ticket. I'm like, all right, I'm going to say it's these 4 forts. And so far we were 2 for 2. but you only need to complete those 2 to complete World 8, so I'll have to play the seed for myself.
Yeah, it was nice to see once I got to see those other 2 locks. I said, I think I'm done. I just got to find the way to Bowser.
Sharky, unfortunately, the star ran out on him, and he was kind of messing around with the spikes and got a little bit too cute there, but does get a Tanuki suit, so he may be able to fly over. And now Sharky going to use that star. He should be fine. He's going to get this item. There you go, Sharky. All right, and we've got a leaf. So it ended up being a leaf, the bonus item in World 1 fort. Now, Sharky, unfortunately, kind of got off to a rough start in seed number 1. Absolutely picked the wrong path. Where you picked the first fort that you saw. That broke the lock that you needed. You were done with World 7 very rapidly. Sharky, unfortunately, ended up full clearing that World 7. So that really put him behind the 8 ball, and you pretty much cruised. You had quite a lead right after that level, so you pretty much could go on cruise control at that point. This one was a little bit more competitive. Sharky did take a couple of game overs, but it's definitely been a more competitive outing for Sharky this time around. But yeah, pretty convincing wins here this afternoon, this evening here, going into the bracket stages. So it must feel pretty good that you don't have to do any play and races to make it to the brackets, huh?
No, definitely. That's always good, and I'm going to definitely take the routing that I did tonight. I made a lot of good calls, and I felt my routing was really good. So we need to keep doing that moving forward, and I think I'll be okay.
I completely agree with you 100%. Yeah, your routing, for the most part tonight, was pretty much on point. I mean, yeah, you could have juked them better levels, but that's another story. All right, here comes the low-sodium Morton Koopa. Try to get the fire kill. Can't do it, though. Just needs one more hit. Uh-oh. Got him.
One other thing I do want to say, though, it felt really nice not to even practice. Just pick up the controller and play and see what happens.
Yeah, your gameplay was pretty darn solid. I mean, you only had a couple of mishaps, but I want to go back to the second seed. How nasty of a 5-2 did I roll there? You both fell for the same boss bass trap. Both of you did.
You know, as quick as my reflexes are, you know, I'm only half robot, so even I couldn't react to that, but
yeah,
I got him back.
Yeah, the chat was pretty happy that they got their meal on both sides there. And overall, there ended up being 3-2 on Sharky's side. Yeah, overall, it looks like the seed that I rolled was pretty solid for you. You didn't have many complaints. I mean, like I said, we did have the patches. We never found 5-9, though. Which I'm sure you're not going to complain about.
Who needs 5-9 when you can go to the best RNG water park in the world?
Exactly. Yep, you did have to play on Lannis because you did not have the Jugum Cloud. Sharky sees 4-4, and he's going to take a chance here. He's going to take a chance on this one. I like the call. It's a 50-50 because one of them built the bridge. Oh, you have to play it anyways because the other one breaks the lock. They were both required. So even though he picked the one that did build the bridge, you still have to play it because you needed to break the lock. So there was no choice here this time. You had to play them both. All right, and Sharky gets through 4-4. Just has to get through one more. 6F to the ice fort. Yeah, that first seed had a really nasty start. A required 7-6, no power-ups, no chance to do the clip. That couldn't have felt good.
Yeah, thankfully, I don't have a problem being small Mario, so I can thank that experience from the past on that.
Yeah, 7-6, not nearly as nasty of a level to play in the randomizer as 7-1, because far fewer enemies. It's just a matter of navigating through your platforms where you have to change direction. Neither one of you really had problems with that, so that was good, but still, most runners will agree they'd rather not play through 7-6, but sometimes you just gotta. All right, Boom Boom is down on Sharky's side here in the Ice Fort. What do you think is the toughest Boom Boom fight in the game? I think it's the one in 6F2.
The one in other Super Mario games.
Good answer there. So obviously you don't think much of the Boom Boom fights in any of them. I still think because of ice physics, 6F2 is the toughest. Some people might say 6F3, 7F2 because of how little maneuverability you've got, but I'm going to stick by guns, 6F2.
I think I could probably agree with you, because I'm not a fan of ice physics at all in any game.
Look at Sharky avoid the star here in the pyramid level. Yeah, that nasty star that you never like to see in the pyramid level, because it's just a time sink. Unless you have a tail, it's a time sink. Sharky just gonna wait this out, use the beetle to break the brick. Very good. Gets by the fire piranha here. Has to watch out for the fire bro at the end. Should be okay. There you go. Now it's just a matter of getting the correct path here. As long as he takes this pipe here, navigates his way just a little bit, he'll find another pipe. That'll take him to Bowser's Castle. Yeah, the end card game had some Hammer Bros suits. Just out of curiosity. Sharky managed to keep a couple of them.
Oh, those were in there? I didn't even notice.
Yep. All right.
Look.
Nice shot on the Boo Diddley. All right. I must say, your Bowser's Castle and both seeds were quite spectacular. I mean, you pretty much had the textbook Bowser's Castle in race number 1 with the fire suit. Perfect clips, mac and cheese, 35 fireballs, and then you showed off in game number 2. We appreciate that very much with the P-Wing there. That was a lot of fun seeing you do that at the end.
Yeah, I didn't have any power up to do anything quickly, so I said, let's finish it off silly with swag, you know, because I'm all about the swag. I enjoy the swag, and I know everybody else does too, right?
Now, if I remember right, the fireball pattern here was kind of nasty. It wasn't very nasty in game number 1, but unfortunately Sharky lost his suit. Let's see what happens here. Duck. Oh, come on. All right, he's going to have to do this tradition. Wow, yeah. That's a nasty fireball set. Look at where those fireballs were. Yikes. All right, so Sharky gonna have to try again. He had one more suit, but he's gonna have to nail it this time. Let's see if he tries to get the clip again, knowing what he knows now about the top path. Or if he doesn't get the clip, maybe he opts for bottom route. Neither had a laser at the end, so we'll see how Sharky decides to play this out. He's going to go for top again. He's going to try to get the clip. He gets it, second try. Very nice job there for Sharky. All right. There you go. All right, get up close and personal. Hi, Bowser. Bye, Bowser. Get your GGs out for Sharky. Definitely a better performance in game number 2 than in game number 1. Just not enough this time around here. And the race time GG scoreboard indicates an official time of 50 minutes and 44 seconds for Sharky. I'll get him in here for an interview. All right, we do have Sharky here in the commentator's booth with us. A valiant effort. To game number 1, your gameplay was pretty solid, but I think you probably understood how Classic gained quite a lead on you. It goes back to that World 7. You ended up having to full clear it, whereas Classic guessed right on the first try, and that gave him a lead that he would not relinquish.
Wow. Yeah, that first seed was garbage. Starting with 7-6, like, ew, can't do that clip. So it's like, okay, gotta play this out. Slow start.
Absolutely here. And then seed number 2, definitely looked like you played better, but unfortunately you took a couple of costly game overs that set you back a few minutes here and there. So that was kind of rough there. I mean, that 2-5 at the end of World 7 there, and that kind of tripped you up.
Yeah. I like on the first seed where I did get a frog suit kill, so it's like, you know what? I have a frog suit, might as well use it.
And
I
you
tried
did
to
get
get
that.
rid of it. I did try to get rid of it at one point, so like, game wouldn't let me get hit. It's like, okay, fine, I'll keep it as long as I can.
I mean, you did so. That was very impressive. You got the frog kill on the Koopaling there. I was hoping you get the Tanuki suit kill on that another Koopaling. We were dying to get some commands in chat, but that just did not happen this evening.
Yeah, unfortunate.
But I'll tell you what, the second seed, believe it or not, Sharky, is the very first seed I've ever rolled in any race, and I've been doing commentary for 6 years. That's the first seed. What'd you think of it?
Well, much better than the first one, I could say that.
I mean, you had the first 3 Koopalings be one-hitters. I was very disappointed that Wendy was a side salad both times. But then in the middle, you had some very nasty levels. You had your 7-5, but luckily no boss pass, no cheap, no Angry Sun, no Patuis or Nippers. Then you had 6-6, which is always nasty. I don't care how you look at it. And then you had Atlantis, but luckily you juke 'em that.
Excuse me. Yeah, one dumb death I had was to go inside down a pipe and, hi, Boss Bass.
You both took that death. You both of you fell for the boss bass trap in 5-2. I loved it. I know you guys didn't, but we loved it here. The crowd got a good reaction out of it, but man, it happens sometimes.
Well, I used the star the second time, but the boss bass like, nope, I'm dodging that.
Yeah, I know. When you use that star, I'm like, boss bass is not going to know what hit him. And it's like, whoop, hey, you used a star. Hey, get a load of this. I'm going to dodge your attack.
That's why I hate boss basses sometimes. You never know when they show up, and when you least expect it, chomp.
Exactly. Yeah, you had a couple of boss bass deaths. Classic had that one, and both of you had that 5-2. But yeah, solid gameplay from Classic One in both of his matches here, putting up times in the upper 30s. So very competitive performance from Classic One. And with your performance, you advance to the bracket stages automatically, 4 and 2 in Group D. So a great performance by you. Sharky, anything else you want to go over in any of your seeds that you've played today?
Try to think of them. Not really, but, GG's to Classic for, the tournament matches and, well, advancing on to the brackets.
Thank you, and GG to you as well, Sharky.
I still got one more match tomorrow, so the battle for trying to win one match.
Yep, you're going to be taking on Craig SMB3 on Speed Gaming 5, as well as Drykian and the Haxer. That match is going to be at 3 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 5. So we actually have a trio of races here for this Father's Day, if you celebrate it in the United States, of course. But we have a breakfast at the Mushroom Kingdom tomorrow, 8 a.m. on Speed Gaming 3. Paradox 64 versus Glutamic Acid. And then at 2 p.m. Eastern on Speed Gaming 4, we have Nobly the Foreign and Gimp Extreme. We are getting down to the nitty-gritty here in group play here. We just have a few more races left, and then we're going to be on our way to the brackets after SGDQ 2022 is completed. So after we're done with the group play, we are going to be taking a little bit of a break of the Mario 3 randomizer, but once SGDQ 2022 is complete, we will be back with the bracket stages, then of course the Challenge Cup as well.
Yep, looking for the Challenge Cup, so that's all I could plan ahead is for, so yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, gentlemen, if you don't have any other questions, I say GG to the both of you. And again, congratulations to you, Classic One, for advancing to the bracket stages. And Sharky, wish you the best of luck in tomorrow's match against Craig SMB.
Yep, thank you. It was fun playing these, so that's what I'm joining them for. Just to have fun. Win or lose, doesn't matter.
All right, so with that, please make sure you give both of our runners a follow, TheClassicOne88 and Sharky2107. Great job by both of them today. That is going to do it for us here on Speed Gaming 3 for the Mario 3 Randomizer Tournament. For everybody here on Speed Gaming 3, for both of our runners, I'm LZ Cards Fan 23. Have a great night, and we will see you again tomorrow for 3 more exciting Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament races right here on our Speed Gaming family of networks. Good night, everybody.